ஹலோ ஹலோ ஜீவா சார் கேக்குதுங்களா? எனக்கு நீங்க யார் பேசுறதுன்னு கேட்கலையே.
ஓ சரி 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 சரி. இல்ல இல்ல இது வந்து தெளிவாக தான் கேட்குது. இப்போ தமிழ் நான் பேசுறது மேமுக்கு நல்லா கிளியர். யூடியூப்ல மேம் பார்த்துருக்கிறாங்க, கிளியராக கேட்குது. சரி, யாரு வந்து கூகுள் மீட்ல போய் அட்டன் பண்ணக்கூடாது அப்படிதானே? லைட்டாக காமர்ஸ் யாரும் போகக்கூடாதா? சரி.
ஹாய் நித்யா. நித்யா கேக்குதா? ஆர் யூ ஆடிபிள் மை வாய்ஸ்?
இப்போ நம்ம வந்து நீங்க உங்களோடதுலயே வந்து நீங்க
அப்படி
ஆமா அதுலயே அப்படியே
ஓகே. சரி. மேம் உங்க வாய்ஸ் கேட்கல.
மேம் கேக்குதா? மேம் கேக்குதா?
கேக்குது. வெளியே வந்து போய் பேச சொல்ல.
இதுல கேட்க மாட்டேங்குது. வேற யார் போன்லயும் லாகின் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. இதுல யார் பேச கேட்க மாட்டேங்குது. மேம் இப்ப கேக்குதா?
நான் பேசுறது கேக்குதா?
கேக்குது, எல்லாத்துக்கும் கேக்குது. தமிழ் மேம்
நீங்க பேசுறது கேட்கலையே.
மேம் கேக்குதுங்களா? நான் பேசுறது
கேக்குதுங்க மேம். நான் பேசுறது கேக்குதா? இப்ப நான் படிச்சனாலும் கேக்குமா? ஹெட்செட் வேண்டாம். என்னோட ஹெட்செட் கொடுங்க. எனக்கு நீங்களா பேசுறது இந்த ஹெட்செட்ல கேட்கல. கிளாஸ் எவ்வளவு பிரச்சனை? நான் மேலதான் வரணும். ஓகேங்க சார். ஹெட்செட் வாங்கி வை. நீங்க மைக் ஆஃப் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க.
சார் இப்போ அது வந்து அப்புறம் சார் ஸ்டார்டிங்ல வந்து
ஹலோ ஜீவா சார், நான் பேசுறது கேக்குதுங்களா? எனக்கு மேம் எனக்கு எதுவுமே நீங்க யார் பேசுறது கேட்க மாட்டேங்குது.
ஆனா நீங்க பேசுறது வேற வேணா பாருங்க.
நான் பேசுறது குட் மார்னிங். உங்களுக்கு கேக்குதா?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. You are audible.
Just we want to check the audio.
எனக்கு உங்க ஃபோன்ல நான் வச்சிருக்கேன், நீங்க இந்த ஃபோன்ல வச்சுக்கோங்க. மியூட் போட்டேன் மேம்.
Mute போட்டீங்களா? இப்போ போட்டீங்களா? இன்னும் உங்களுக்கு mute இல்லாம தான் இருக்கு. Hello, Tamilarachi ma'am. Sir, Gautam sir, shall we start now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Sir, we shall wait for 5 minutes, sir. Okay, sir.
Morning. Good morning, ma'am. Aga, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Good morning to all. Teachers don't teach for the income. Teachers teach for the outcome. Happy Teachers Day to all. Happy morning to all dignitaries and participants of this 5 days national level online faculty development program on influence of artificial intelligence in teaching and research. I'm very to welcome all the
Good morning to all. Teachers don't teach for the income. Teachers teach for the outcome. Happy teachers to all. Happy morning to all dignitaries and participants of this 5 days national level online faculty development program on influence of artificial intelligence in teaching and research. I am very happy to welcome all the participants on this second day of the FDP on behalf of our Department of Commerce with CA, Hindusthan College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, I welcome our beloved dynamic head of the Department of Commerce with CA, Dr. M.S. Loganathan, and also thank him for guiding and motivating our department faculty members to get exposure to organize such kind of FDP. I welcome you, sir. I welcome today's chief guest and resource person, Dr. R. Gautam, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Christ University, Bangalore. He is very kind enough and knowledgeable person, and always he is supporting and cooperating with us to conduct all kind of academic programs of our department. Today he is going to deliver a useful and valuable address on the topic artificial intelligence tools for research. And also I am very happy to introduce the Professor R. Gautam. He received doctorate degree in commerce from the College of Arts and Science, SRM Institute of Engineering and Technology, Tamil Nadu. He worked in Madras Christian College and also alumnus of the same institutions. He has received numerous awards, including the International Institute of Organized Researchers Young Research Award. He holds a national record in India Books of Records. He has been invited as a resource person in many renowned institutions in India as well as abroad. In the last 2 years, he has been invited as the keynote speaker for more than 70 programs in national and international level. He has published articles in periodicals and in journals, particularly implications of GST now during the year 2020. He is the author of 4 valuable books. The valuable resource person, I welcome you, sir. My hearty welcome to all the participants and hope that we will gain valuable information today. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you. The session is yours, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for such a warm introduction. And especially once again, my sincere thanks to the management of Hindusthan College of Arts and Science for having invited me as a resource speaker for today's of as part of the 5 days FDP. I hope my voice is audible, all
Yes, sir.
perfect.
Audible, sir. Your
Yes,
voice is clear.
yes. So today, before I go, I once again wish each and every teacher in this who have joined in this platform happy Teachers Day. Uh, so
Okay,
happy
sir.
to
Yes,
deliver
sir.
this session on this Teachers Day, which is something I feel really happy for it. So before I begin my session, I would like to turn my video off to ensure that the connectivity issues are there is not much connectivity issues, so that the session. So to talk about AI tools,
இது
I always say a
யூடியூப்
disclaimer.
இல்ல என்னோட வாட்ஸ்அப்ல இருக்கு.
மெயில் பண்ணிருக்கேன்.
Yes, I will put a disclaimer here. Whatever AI tools are there, but still we need to do our research on our own, right? On accounts of the research ethics and the integrity that we talk about. Soon we will be getting so much of policy-oriented things coming up right from the top publishers like Elsevier, Wiley, so many. Already few existing guidelines are there to what extent we can take the support of artificial intelligence in doing our research, but a comprehensive guideline will soon come in terms of what are all the areas where what are all the areas where AI tools can be allowed, where it could not be allowed, right? So, how many of you realize the power of artificial intelligence today? How many of you agree with me that artificial intelligence revolutionizes the world, right? How many of you agree with me that artificial intelligence is going to be the future of at least next 5, 10 years? This is going to be a massive impact. It's going to be a massive, it's going to play a massive role, right? How many agree with me? Yes, yes. I hope everyone agrees that artificial intelligence is going to play a very crucial role in the near future, right? So there are so many AI. AI basically, I would say we can use AI to uh, what to say. We can use it to make use of it for our less productive tasks. Of course, I will say, I always say, when you wanted to use uh, do that, I would say you delegate the less productive task to the more productive task. Right?
Hello? 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 Hello?
Sorry, there was a slight connectivity issue. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll join back with my laptop once again. Extremely sorry for the inconvenience. There was a network disruption here. Right? I have joined through the mobile now. In few minutes, I'll join. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll join through my laptop.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So sorry for the disruptions. Okay, let me continue. So, what is the first difficult task you feel in research? What do you feel as the first difficult task in research? The base of research lies where? Where do you think the base of research lies? What is one basic essential for research? What do you feel like the fundamental thing that is required for research?
Innovation.
Innovation, of course, good. Innovation, I would feel the outcome of research to come out with good innovations, good findings. What is the very essential? Very first, very basic task that we have to do. Very basic task that we have to do. What is the very basic task that we have to do? Research problem. Okay, excellent. How do you find the research problem? You're almost near. How do we find the research problem?
From
How,
society.
sorry?
From society.
From society, okay. Still, right? Yes, from the society. But I would say if you want to be a successful researcher, the very basic activity that we all should be doing and we must be doing is reading. Right? You say we will identify research gap, we will identify research problems. How do we do that? We go and read articles, right? We go and look out for magazines, we go read, we review the literature, right? That is what we do. So what obviously we are doing is reading, right? And you know something, there is an AI tool which is ready to do that for you. There is an AI tool which is ready to do that task on behalf of you, right? What is that tool? That tool is nothing but what you call it as unriddle AI. There are many such tools which are available. One such tool which you have is what you call it as unriddle AI. I hope you can see my screen as well, right? I am on this. The first AI tool which I'm going to introduce to you all is unriddle AI, right? What is this unriddle AI does, right? So I'm just going to click on this, right? Unriddle AI. So in this Unriddle AI, right, you can have it free, you can also get it priced one. So say for example, what does this Unriddle AI do is that what you have to do, you just have to upload a research article and you can have a conversation with the document. You can have a conversation with the document. When I say, which means you can ask the documents question and it will analyze the document and give you the answers, right? For example, let me show you this unriddle. So I'm just selecting get started for free. I'm just going to click on select file. It will ask me for Google sign in. I'm not going to use my official login. I'm going to use my personal login so that I'm also quite a bit of ethical in my things. So I'm just going to do this. Right, I hope my screen is visible. If in case any difficulty, please text me out, right, which is always recommended. So yes, now I hope you are all on the screen. The first one is Unriddle AI, UNRIDDLE, Unriddle AI. So I'm just going to select this one and say, for example, I'm going to upload one research article. Yes, I'm searching for my research article. Yes, so this is something I'm going to upload, right? I am uploading my research article in this unriddle AI, and it is, you see what it is shows now. It shows what? Generating. It shows generating. And once you do that, you can interact with the document with the help of prompts. You can interact with the documents with the help of prompt. Okay. So are you all seeing the research paper on the screen? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now say for example, I wanted to ask, I wanted to read this, but why do we read the article? Basically, we try to understand what is the research gap, what is the methodology, and what is the major findings that this study does. So say for example, I'm asking what is the methodology, right? What is the methodology used? I think I'm spelling, there is an error. Yes. What is the methodology used in this study? What is the methodology used in this study? And you will find the document answering. Can you all see the answers? Yes. See, it gives me the answer. The methodology used in the study involves application of statistical prediction model to analyze the relationship between COVID pandemic and stock market performance of the tourism sector. The study has uses a database spanning from one set of the pandemic to when vaccination process was implemented at the rate of 90% and at least 5% of the population was fully immunized. The dependent variable analyzes the stock market values of all the companies in the tourism and traveler transportation sectors listed on the Madrid Stock Exchange. The study employs a dynamic regression model to model dependency relationship between time series. Did I get the answer for my question? Does it make your job within few seconds? Yes. Do you find it exciting? Do you find it exciting? Yes or no? In Unriddle AI, what I could not find any response in the chat box. Do you think it is amazing? No? So you can ask questions as much as you can, right? You can ask questions as much as you can. Say, for example, next I'm going to ask this document, what are the major conclusions? What are the major conclusions of this study? What are the major conclusions of this study? All right, still it will give me the answers. Based on the document which is there, it will give the answers. It is just reading this and it is giving you the output. It is just reading this and giving you the output. Yes, see, the study confirmed. What is the major conclusion? You get the results. The study confirmed that COVID pandemic had a significant negative impact on the tourism stock market. The COVID-19 cases and deaths were identified as the best predictors of tourism sector stock market performance with an inverse relationship observed. The number of cases had a slighter higher effect on stock prices, but the deaths was the better predictor. So these findings are crucial for policymakers, governments, and investors in managing future outbreak. So this is the first AI tool I am introducing you all. Is this Unriddle AI. All right, this is Unriddle AI, which is generically used for, right, basically for reading. Instead of you read, but you want the essence component from the research article. You wanted to know what is the major findings of the study, what is the major conclusion, whatever questions you would like to ask related to this document, you can always ask this. Okay, Shobana ma'am.
capabilities.
Your mic
Our
is being
basic
unmute.
right now, you can't just compare பண்ணி அந்த மாதிரி such a simple life style ரொம்ப ஆச்சரியமா இருக்கும்.
Yes,
I was lucky. I think God was very lucky to give me such great teachers.
fine.
Function concept கிடையாது those days. உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் இப்பதான் நம்ம நிறைய பள்ளிக்கூடத்தில் டியூஷன் more important than the regular classes.
Yes, good. So this is the first one, which is unriddle AI. Right? This is unriddle, the first AI tool which I am introducing you for reading of a research article. Now, some people told about research problems, right? Some people told about research problem, right? And research questions, all those things. So now the next important component that I'm going to take you all through the AI tool is what you call it as consensus, right? You have something called as consensus AI. What is this consensus AI? Consensus AI provide evidence-based answers to your research question that you have. For example, again, I'm logging in, right? Consensus. I request participants to make note of all these things so that you will find it useful. Right? Consensus. Say, for example, I have a research question in my mind. Right? Does goods and services tax impacts economic growth? Thus, goods and services tax impacts economic growth. What do you find? You find very beautiful results coming. Now it shows 16 highly relevant results. This is a basic research question which I have in mind. I just wanted to explore whether uh, goods and services tax impacts economic growth or not. Now here I have so many, nearly 16 all the things that has been discussed in all these studies. And you find this is something highly cited, right? It gives the major studies, it shows 16. Now, say for example, I wanted to synthesize all these results and give me a single conclusion, whether it has impact or not. So if I just click on the synthesize, right on the top of the button, you have something called the synthesize, right? And it gives me a concise answer. Do you all find the answer here? Yes. You find the answer here? Can you all see on the screen? Top 10 papers were analyzed, right? Top 10 papers were analyzed, and it gives me a very beautiful results. What's the mere answer? So answer for this research question is what? Answer for this research question is what? Does goods and services tax impact economic growth? What is the consensus answer? What is the answer? The consensus meter says yes, 100%, right? Now, can I take this as a base? So can I validate my research question here? Yes or no? I can validate. Yes, there is an impact which GST has on the economic growth. So now what I can do? I can go for further exploration. Right? What kind of impact? Now the statement is very vague. My statement is very vague. GST impacts economic growth. Yes. But more than that, I can now can I justify in my research paper the area which I am exploring is quite relevant? The area which I am exploring is quite relevant. Can you all agree? Will you all agree with me? Can I take forward this to my next step of my research? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Right? So this consensus is basically your validating AI tool, right? Your research question validating AI tool, right? Sometimes we might have this question often when we begin our research, is there really a potential to carry on this research in this area? Right? Is there really an opportunity exist in this area to carry out the research? Right? Then I can always use, right, this tool consensus, yeah, to validate basically the idea is to validate the research question, right? Basically the idea is to validate the research question. The first one I told you, the first tool which I introduced to you is Unriddle, which helps you in reading the document and answering your questions. There are so many AI tools, similar AI tools are available, but I showed you one, which is the first one is the Unriddle. Unriddle helps you to identify, all right? Unriddle helps you to read the document. It reads the document and you can ask questions. It will answer your research questions. And the second one tool which I have introduced is this is an AI tool which helps you to validate your research question, whether that initial screening, whether the answer is yes or no. Is there really a potential to do research is there, right? You can ask that question here. It will analyze based on some of the high papers and say yes. When you say yes, your research question is validated. Yes, there is an impact. Then yes, you got a green signal. Go ahead and go for further deep, more explorations. Clear? Yes. Now the third one which I'm going to take you all is what we call it as connected papers. What we call it as connected papers AI. Right? What is a connected paper AI? It is basically a visual tool, right? It is basically AI tool which helps you to connect between the concepts that are used in the research study. For example, you see an example here. See, gender equality and intrastate armed conflict. Right? It will generate you a beautiful diagram. Right? It will generate you a beautiful diagram which talks about how different papers are connected. What are the different papers connected related to this area of study? What are the similar relevant papers that are connected on the similar area of study? For example, right, let me go and find one more paper. Okay, what we can do? Okay, art of writing literature review. Art of writing literature review. Okay, I have this article. I'm just going to copy this DOI, copy link address, come here and paste it here, build a graph. Can you all see? Can you all see a beautiful graph coming up? Yes. Art of writing literature review. This is the origin of the paper. And based on this, what are the similar other papers which are written on the same topic? See, the topic of this major study is how to write a literature review. And can you see on my right hand side, sorry, on the left hand side of the screen, it talks about the origin paper. Origin paper is what? Art of Writing Literature Review. And it also lists out what? All other potential research papers which talks about how to write a literature review. See, 2021, again you find scientific procedures and rationale for writing systematic literature review. You have a writing an impactful literature review, a review of research on outward foreign, what we know, what we need to do, gradual internationalization, similar articles which talks about similar kind of literature research. All the things are research. All the papers which are connected one way or the other, connected with each other on the core theme of this paper is done here, right? All those things are clearly done here. Yes, is it useful? So if you find one article, you can identify similar other articles which will help you in reading out your research article. You will be able to read the research article, right? I just found one paper, but since I use this, see how many other useful articles I have found out. Scientific procedures, writing an impactful review article. So many papers I got. Now, see, review articles, purpose, process, and structure. All these things talks about how I should do my research, right? How I should carry out my research, right? Very beautiful. Yes or no? Is it interesting? Is it interesting? A powerful AI tool. And it also represents it in the form of a graph, right? It also represents it in the form of a graph, right? So first tool we saw unriddle, right? What is the unriddle is for? Unriddle is for basically reading your document and answering your questions based on the documents. Second one that we saw is consensus. Consensus is basically used for, right? Consensus is basically used for validating your research questions. You can ask as many questions as you can, the broad kind of questions that you have. You can use those AI tools to answer, to validate your research questions. The third one, which I showed you, is again a kind of, right, what we call it as connected papers. Connected papers helps you to identify things, right? Connected papers helps you to identify papers which are connected with the main theme of the paper which you are finding out. For example, papers which are connected with the literature review here. So connected papers again facilitate you in creating a kind of a mind map or a graph which will facilitate you in the process. Yes. Now the next tool which I'm going to introduce to you all, is nothing but Skyspace. Skyspace AI, right? Skyspace AI. So Skyspace AI is nothing but an AI powered tool to help you understand research papers better. It can explain, right? It can explain and elaborate most academic text in simple words, right? Get insights more or less similar to the consensus, but consensus you can still answer. You can upload your Skyspace PDF here, right? Let me select, right? Okay, I'm uploading the same paper here. So again, more or less similar to your consensus. Summarize introduction of this paper, and I'll get an answer for this. So sky space, you can use it for multi-purpose, right? So say introduction literature significantly contributes, you get. So you get multiple sources of information, and you will have so many AI tools, right? Similarly, you can ask as many questions. For example, examples are how does climate change impact biodiversity? Again, it's a combination of unriddle and this. So and it shows so many insights from top 5 papers. Insights from top 5 papers. Impact of climate change on water resources. What does it say? Climate change and its impact on biodiversity and human welfare. Right? Climate change and right, all those things. Right? You will get answers, and most of them taken from a good journal, high quality journal. Then you have the same thing, Copilot, read with AI, right? But I think this has to be logged in. Let me try to sign in and see. Right? For the time being, I'm just giving whatever options that is coming. Done. Okay, finish. Okay, now I'm going to click on this file. Okay, let me select the same file. Right? So you can make notes. You can make notes here. You can paraphrase here, more or less similar to your QI tool, right? Artificial intelligence tool, right? Quillbot, more or less similar kind of sky space, which will help you in so many aspects. If you are using an AI to write, still it will detect. You have an option called as AI detector, which will help you in detecting the article, right? Which involvement of AI element in it. Then you also have some of the common AI tools which you are aware is very common one, which is nothing but Grammarly. I hope you are aware about Grammarly, right? What is the Grammarly useful for? What is the Grammarly used for? What is the Grammarly used for?
Grammar check and paraphrasing.
Yes. Grammarly is again an AI powered tool, right? You know, whenever you insert any text, it will automatically tell you, no, not like this, do this way, right? I hope majority are very common with this AI assistant, very commonly used AI tool, which is useful for writing, right? Every time when we write, it pops up, no, not like this. Better use it in passive voice, better use it in active voice, right? So many things we do, right? So that is your Grammarly, which is there for writing tool, all right, which is there as a writing tool for your research, right? So we have discussed 5 important tools today, right? 5 important tools today. One, Unriddle. Second one, Consensus. Then third one, Sky Space, right? I think Sky Space. Fourth one, Connected Papers. Then the fifth one is Grammarly, which most of us use, which uses as the right this. Then you have one more thing called as you have one more uh, tool called as Paper which is also a kind of a word plugin, which again helps you in drafting. Again, more or less a grammar check, more or less like your what you call the Grammarly, which helps you in improvising your writings. Right? Similar to Grammarly, then you have one thing called as Elicit AI tool. What is an Elicit AI tool? See the description. Elicit uses machine learning to help you with your research, find phrases, find papers, extract key claims, summarize, brainstorm ideas. So Elicit is another tool, right, which helps you in identifying relevant research papers. If you feel, right, sir, it is very difficult for me to identify what are all the papers related to the areas I am exploring, you can keep this and you can do this, right? You can do this, right? So these are some of the tools which I wanted to share with you all, right? Apart from this, you also have one more app called the Speechify. The last one which I'm going to share with you all is something called as Speechify. Yes, Speechify. Right? What is this Speechify does? Sometimes if you feel reading is boring, right, what you can do, this is also available as app. This is also available as an app. You can upload your PDF and it will read. You need not read, it will read. The only thing, you just have to upload your PDF and it will automatically read. For example, let me show you something, right? Let me show you. Yes, I have my app on my phone.
The resulting lack of replicability of the research and conclusions has spurred a vital debate
Is it
on the
audible?
SLR process, but related guidance is scattered across a number of core references and is overly centered on the design and conduct of the SLR, while failing to guide researchers in crafting and presenting their findings in an impactful way. This paper offers an integrative review of the widely applied and most recent SLR guidelines in the management domain. The paper adopts a well-established 6-step SLR process and refines it by subdividing the steps into 14 distinct decisions. 1. From the research question. 2. Characteristics of the primary
Can you
studies.
see
3.
here the
Selecting a
app
set of
reading?
relevant literature, which is then 4. Selected and 5. Synthesized so that, finally, 6. The results can be reported. Guided by these steps and decisions, prior SLR guidelines are critically reviewed, gaps are identified, and a synthesis is offered. This synthesis elaborates mainly on the gaps while pointing the reader toward the available guidelines. The paper thereby avoids reproducing existing guidance but critically enriches the 6 steps.
So it is actually reading the document which I have uploaded.
Theoretical.
See, I have uploaded one research paper and it is reading every line sentence by sentence. So sometimes even when you are traveling, you're so passionate about research, you can use this app and you can read, right? Someone is there to read for you. So these are some of the tools which I would like to share. Thank you so much for your patience listening. I hope I have done some justice for the topic which I have given. There are also tools which will do the literature review, but I didn't introduce that here because I don't find them quite significant. Still, they are not pretty good enough in writing the literature review in exact way how we synthesize and write. That's why I did not introduce that too. But we have to, yes, nothing, everything you have to accessible. Without logging, it's very difficult. You have to, I think all the tools which I did, it requires you the access. You have to do the access. Thank you so much for your patience listening. If you have any questions, you can ask. I hope you find it some new things we have learned.
Yes, sir. Really, it was very useful for us. You have made us to know more about the AI tools. Really, very useful for us, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Any questions? I could see one person raising the hand.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Thank you for your excellent presentation. We know all the tools are very new to us, but some AI tools are asking money. Is it
Yes.
so? These tools.
Ma'am, this is the one of the harsh reality that we need to understand. Even if you talk about chat gpt, right, and you have two different things. One is a free, another one is paid. So most of them do it for business. When they reduce the task, we have to pay the price. But I think few, to certain extent, nothing, whatever that we do today, I think to certain extent they are free, and to certain extent it has to be paid if you want to access advanced features. Of course, at the end of the day, all are commercial tools. So there is no such kind of an absolute free of cost AI tool, man. That is the harsh reality. Yes, Deepa ma'am, you are speaking something, but I could not hear you. So,
Audience, please listen. Any other questions?
yes, you have app as well as web. Speechify, you have app as well as web. Most of the tools, I think it also has app. You can use. There are lots of tools are there. Lots and lots of tools are there to do the basic works.
Audience, please listen. Any other queries are there? Or we can wind up the session.
Okay, I could see your feedbacks. Thank you so much. Really happy. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, participants, for your valuable feedback. Good afternoon to all. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parents of all the others. I thank our management and principal for creating facilities to conduct this kind of valuable programs. On behalf of Department of Commerce with CA, I thank Dr. Gautam, Associate Professor, Christ University Bangalore, as a chief guest for delivering a valuable lecture and inspirational thoughts. I would like to thank today's participants, faculty members, and students for their valuable contribution in this faculty development program. Teaching is a noble profession that shapes an individual character, caliber, and future. The quotes by Dr. Abdul Kalam. I wish a happy Teachers' Day to all. Thank you once again.
Thank you all. Thank you so much for your patience listening. Have a nice day. Teachers, enjoy your day. This is Teachers' Day. So I'll take a leave. Thank you so much. Uh, Again, thanks to the organizers for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, Gautam, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Uh, Participants kindly fill the feedback form. The link has been posted in the chat box. So all the participants are kindly asked to fill the feedback form. Thank you all, and we will have the next session.
Feedback link is not working. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Feedback
Sir?
link is not working.
Not working.
Feedback
Okay,
link
sir.
is not
Okay, sir.
working.
Then we will clear the issue and we will post it in the WhatsApp group, sir. Okay. If the feedback form is not opening, then yeah. Please kindly check the WhatsApp group, sir. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
We
you.
will have the next session day after tomorrow. As tomorrow we have the government holiday, so we will have the session. We'll continue day after tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a good day. Thank you.